I cried. Honestly, I was hysterical.
New tonight, mourning the brutal murder of a prominent doctor shot and killed in his own home. How he is being remembered tonight.
A woman's heartbreaking story, the loss of a child. I'm Stephanie Wade with what she's doing to prevent it from happening to anyone else.
I'm hiding something from you when temperatures will climb above 50 degrees.
This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
Good evening to you, and right now at 5, celebrating the life and heroism of an Indianapolis doctor who was shot and killed in his own home during a break-in.
Dr. Dean Marr was preparing to host Thanksgiving when the attack happened. RTV6's Megan Singtorm is live at Crown Hill Funeral Home, where his memorial is happening now. And Megan, you spoke with people who knew Dr. Marr.
Well, those close to him say this is a huge loss. They say Dr. Marr left a lasting impact on everyone he knew, from friends and family to colleagues and even his patients. Police tell us Dr. Marr was shot and killed in his home that he owned in Brownsburg last Wednesday. Right now, they are still looking for the person or people responsible. And as police continue their investigation, those who knew him are now taking time to remember the 61-year-old doctor. Everyone we spoke with says he was not only a successful doctor, having an invented technology that's now being used by orthopedic surgeons everywhere, but they say he will more so be remembered for the type of person he was.
Whoever did this, he would have given you what you needed. You didn't have to take it. He was a giving person. It's senseless. I cried. Honestly, I was hysterical. And I don't understand how anybody could do that.
Dr. Marr's celebration of life goes until 8 o'clock tonight here at Crown Hill Cemetery. Now, coming up tonight at 6, we'll have more on this story, including an interview with a doctor who worked with him as well. Reporting live, Megan Singtorm, RTV6.
Megan, a sad story there. New developments tonight in the fire that killed a Clinton County baby. Investigators say the fire was likely caused by a portable space heater in a first-floor bedroom, and it was an accident. Yesterday morning, fires in Jefferson Street in Frankfort killed 8-month-old Deacon James Hunter Mills. His father and 2 other children were able to escape. We have new information about a deadly crash involving a freight train just before midnight near Brownsburg. There were actually 2 crashes. The first involved a Jeep that drove into the side of a moving CSX train. That driver did not have life-threatening injuries. About a half-hour later, deputies learned that further down the tracks, the driver of a Lincoln SUV drove head-on into the stopped train. The train stopped after the first crash. The SUV driver, 43-year-old Dennis Swanson of Brownsburg, was pronounced dead at the scene.
Women in the workplace are losing pregnancies after employers deny their requests for light duty. Call 6 Investigates Stephanie Wade has been reporting on Indiana's poor infant and maternal mortality rates. She speaks with a woman whose boss failed to follow doctor's orders, and she paid the ultimate price.
Pregnant and high risk, Tawana McClellan was working at a restaurant, feeling overworked, and despite having a doctor's note saying she was to be on light duty, her manager still made her do strenuous work, lifting heavy boxes over 60 pounds. But needing the money, she kept working.
Eventually, I lost my child. And, it hurt so bad. And I still had to go back in that place after the fact that I lost my child. And look at this guy in his face.
According to the Indiana Institute for Working Families, 27 states have pregnancy discrimination laws. We are not one of them. Under current Indiana law, an employer has to provide accommodations if, 1, a woman develops conditions that fall under the Disabilities Act, and 2, she can prove the employer has made similar accommodations for an employee in the past.
Coming up at 6, here where Indiana stands in comparison to other states and what people are pushing for at the State House. Working for you, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
And right now, women can file complaints with the Civil Rights Commission under sex discrimination law, but you must also identify someone else at the workplace who has been similarly accommodated to receive protection.
Time now for your storm team forecast here first at 5 o'clock. And we had a little bit of a, as you called it, warmer day out there. It wasn't as bad as it was yesterday.
40 degrees.
Yeah.
We did it, and there were just a couple times where the clouds thinned a little bit. You saw a little brighter spot. I wouldn't say sunshine, but
a little bit, right? Just a brighter spot.
Tomorrow is on the way. We've got sunshine in the forecast. See the blue there on the map? As you go into eastern Indiana, a few flurries. That's really about it. We'll take a closer look at this over the last couple of hours, kind of zipping to the south and east. But if you think you saw a flurry, you did. As far as our temperature now, just down 1 degree in the last hour from the high temperature, 39 in Indy, still above 40 in Terre Haute, and in Bloomington, foreshadowing where temperatures will end tomorrow. That boost in sunshine will help temperatures warm a little bit more. Slow temperature drop this evening. The main change this evening will be the decay of the cloud cover. Skies becoming partly cloudy and then gradually clearing as we go through the overnight. Temperatures will stay in the mid-30s. Temperature tomorrow morning with a mixture of clouds and sunshine, 30 degrees. Afternoon temperature tomorrow at noon will be at 37. The magic number, 43 for the afternoon high temperature. As we look at hourly conditions by the time we go through the afternoon hours, the wind will start to pick up. We'll talk about that part of the equation coming up.
Now to Democracy 2020 and the race for president. Tonight, there is one less Democrat in the running. Today, Senator Kamala Harris announced the end of her campaign. ABC's Elizabeth Herr reports.
A shakeup in the Democratic primary. Senator Kamala Harris announcing she is dropping out of the race for president.
It is with deep regret, but also with deep gratitude, that I am suspending our campaign today. My campaign for president simply does not have the financial resources to continue, and the financial resources we need to continue. I'm not a billionaire. I can't fund my own campaign.
The announcement comes several weeks after Harris drastically cut her staff, even slashing paychecks in an effort to direct more resources to Iowa, which holds the first caucus in the nation. As a candidate, Harris touted her background as a progressive prosecutor who championed criminal justice reform. But Harris has struggled to gain sustained momentum in the polls, with the first vote just 9 weeks away. Democrats still in the race for president, now reacting.
She is a first-rate intellect, a first-rate candidate, and it's a real competitor. I have mixed emotions about it because she is really a solid person, and we're loaded with talent.
She is an incredibly strong public servant and has done great work already for our country in the U.S. Senate, and I know she is going to do even more.
The Trump campaign is also reacting, posting sarcastic images on Twitter mocking Harris and telling ABC News, quote, "Somehow we will press on." Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
The impeachment showdown is about to enter a new phase. This afternoon, the House released a sweeping impeachment report outlining evidence of what it calls President Trump's wrongdoing toward Ukraine. The findings will serve as the foundation for debate over whether Mr. Trump should be removed from office. The 300-page report from Democrats on the House Intelligence Committee makes the case that the president misused the power of his office and obstructed Congress. The report and investigation will now be turned over to the Judiciary Committee, which holds its first public hearing tomorrow. It will be up to the lawmakers on that committee to decide if articles of impeachment should be drafted.
We're also following a developing story from Wisconsin where there's been a second violent incident at a high school in as many days. Oshkosh police say a student armed with a knife stabbed a school resource officer this morning at Oshkosh West High School. The officer then shot and wounded the student. The injuries are non-life threatening. Yesterday at a high school in Waukesha, about 80 miles away, a police officer shot an armed male student in a classroom.
Truly, someone's gift today may save a survivor's life.
Still ahead at 5:30 on RTV6, Giving Tuesday taking on a whole new meaning for one domestic violence shelter.
But first, finding the right Christmas gift is not easy. We want to help you out. We have a list of the gifts people say you should just avoid so you don't waste your money.
And the wind will pick up tomorrow, but it becomes a warmer wind. May see gusts at 30 miles per hour. We'll talk about what other changes are ahead coming up.
For only $89 for On Time.
If you didn't get all of your holiday shopping done over Black Friday or Cyber Monday, you'll probably be hunting for more gifts online or go shopping this weekend. But before you buy something that your loved one doesn't want, consumer reporter John Matarese has some words of caution about gifts that are not too popular so you don't waste your money.
The 2019 holiday shopping season is a week short this year, which means the heat is on to get all that shopping done. So as you scramble the next few weeks to buy all those presents, you should know about the most unwanted gifts, according to surveys.
So many items look like great gifts when you're strolling mall stores and kiosks in December. But a few weeks later, they end up in the return line, unwanted by the recipient. Surveys by the retail site Finder.com and the resale chain Acorns say the most returned gifts include board games, toiletries and fragrances, celebrity cookbooks, celebrity autobiographies, slippers, Christmas sweaters, fitness DVDs, and selfie sticks. That's not to say your loved one won't appreciate a Christmas sweater. It's just that a lot of people would prefer something else. And from the Doesn't That Stink file, the fact that some people love liquor as a gift and others hate it. Try to figure that out and you may say, doesn't that stink? Consumer Reports magazine says hard liquor is the most unwanted gift. But you might be asking, what are they drinking? Many people would love a little bottle of vodka or scotch on Christmas Eve.
With 1 week less of shopping this year, gift cards likely to be more popular than ever. But just like with gifts, make sure it's to a store they like so you don't waste your money. Working for you, I'm John Matteries for RTV6.
Now, this would certainly be a welcome gift for the classic rock or race fan on your list. Tickets to this year's Carb Day concert at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We just learned today that REO Speedwagon and Styx will co-headline the Carb Day concert on Friday, May 22nd. Tickets are now on sale. General admission tickets start at $30. For the first time in 2020, a limited number of tickets will be available in a new temporary grandstand starting at $95. VIP tickets are $250. All tickets include all the on-track IMS activity that day, including the final practice for the Indy 500, the Indy Lights race, and the Pit Stop Challenge. And more concert news for rock and roll lovers. Southern rock icons Leonard Skinner are bringing their farewell tour to Indianapolis this summer. They'll be performing at the amphitheater at White River State Park on Friday, July 31st. Tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m.
More than 250 kids will be a lot warmer this winter thanks to the Indianapolis Colts and Lids Sports Group. Today they set up a mock store at IPS Ralph Waldo Emerson School for each child to select a new winter coat, gloves, and hat. Colts players, cheerleaders in blue came along to lend a hand. For quarterback Jacoby Brissett, he loves seeing how grateful the kids are.
This is what matters at the end of the day. This is what it's all about. Being able to use your platform and use your resources to help those in need and to come back and pour into the community that we grew up in. The joy that they give us is what it's all about.
This is the 14th year for the Lids for Kids event.
Tonight, the boys varsity game between Fishers High School and Muncie Central at the Muncie Fieldhouse is more than just another game on the schedule. The city's historic fieldhouse is back in business. 2 years ago, a storm severely damaged the 91-year-old building. But now, after 2 years of costly renovations amounting to more than $1.7 million, the fieldhouse is ready to host crowds again. Insurance covered roof repairs, a new floor, upgrades to one of the lobby areas, and a paint job. The grand opening is December 13th when both the Muncie Central boys and girls teams take on Logansport. A ceremony will be held between the two games, but tonight's game between the Bearcats and the Tigers starts at 7:30 at the Fieldhouse.
It will come to life again.
Yes, it sure will.
Nothing like the gym. For us, I'm going to show you something on the western horizon in a second. We're going to build up to this, and I think you're going to like seeing it. Let's go to the east first. Exiting eastern Indiana, some snow flurries. That's really about it here, right through Wayne County and Richmond. Greenville, as you get into Ohio, headed toward Dayton. Now let's zip to the northwest. See how skies are clearing? There's a sharp clearing line in northwest portions of the state, and we use our Weather Now camera, Salesforce camera, and you can see the sun is beaming.
Look at that. It's gorgeous.
Beautiful. That's what we love about Indiana weather. Yeah. When it disappears for a while, it is so welcome to return, and it foreshadows tomorrow when we'll have a lot more sunshine. And as skies clear tonight, temperatures will fall into the upper 20s to low 30s. It's 37 in Kokomo and Anderson. Temperature 2 degrees warmer in Clinton County around Frankfort, down into the low 40s from Bedford over towards Spencer, Bloomington, where you're down to 40 degrees. Through the evening hours, a great night to take a walk. Temperature slowly down to 30. Say hello to Mr. Gibbs.
Mr. Gibbs, hello.
Hello.
We're lounging.
Should we wake him?
Yeah,
this is his big moment, and there he is, nodding
Let him
off.
enjoy.
I do that to all viewers, Mr. Gibbs. Don't you sweat it. As far as our temperatures through the day tomorrow, we'll start around 32. Afternoon reading hits 43. The wind will pick up as the wind starts howling, gusting to 30 miles per hour. At least it's drawing in somewhat warmer temperatures. Temperatures peak Thursday. They fall Friday and Saturday, and then bounce back up for 2 warmer days Sunday and Monday. Notice the absence of cloud cover. That's off to the north and east during the day tomorrow. The wind will pick up, gusting over 30 miles per hour in a few cases in the afternoon hours tomorrow. Temperature 43 degrees, about average for this time of year. Temperatures in a few spots will be a little bit cooler than that. Thursday, big day. 6 shines on Toy Drive. Temperatures on the circle, 40 degrees at noon, 46 as clouds increase late in the day. Temperatures, as we mentioned, starting to build from there, but this is kind of a temporary warm-up before we see 2 cooler days, Friday and Saturday, in the lower 40s. By the time we get to Sunday, 49, but our rain chances will come back early next week. Temperatures, they'll warm into the low 50s for a couple of days, but then you see what happens. It doesn't take long, and we'll see a rather dramatic temperature change into Tuesday. Here's your 7-day forecast. Study up on this. Temperatures not too cold, not too warm, just right. Was that the 3 little bears? What was that? Who said that? Wasn't it? 3 little pigs.
All right. Goldilocks.
See, it's been a long time since I've told
the Goldilocks and the 3 bears.
Told bedtime stories. The rain chances are greatest Sunday and Monday. Temperatures that peak Monday fall off to 37 on Tuesday. The higher up you go, the bigger the fall.
The porridge was too hot, too cold, and just right. All right.
Glad we got that covered.
Had to fix that.
Well, we want to remind you that Thursday is our big collection day on Monument Circle for the RTV6 6 Shines on Toy Drive. This is the 19th year for our Toy Drive. We will be on the circle all day long from 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. to collect toys and cash donations. You can also drop off toys at several locations, including participating Applebee's and used stores and the RTV6 studios. For a full list of where to go to theindychannel.com and click on the 6 Shines on Toy Drive link.
And we really appreciate everyone who makes a stop and really helps to make Christmas and the holidays such a great thing for the kids that we're helping out. Hey, it's the gift that won't run out of batteries or need an upgrade. The free gift you can give your kids that could last a lifetime.
Hiring Hoosiers only on RTV6.
Hello to you. I'm Julie Grant with Court TV, and it is a big day in Fort Myers, Florida, where the defense began its case in chief in defendant Mark Seaver's death penalty case. The 51-year-old is accused of hiring 2 hitmen to murder his wife. Dr. Teresa Seavers was 46 years old when she was bludgeoned to death with a hammer back in 2015. Her husband, Mark, was away with the couple's 2 daughters when Jimmy Ray Rogers and Curtis Wayne Wright went into the home and attacked her. Rogers was convicted of second-degree murder back in October. Wright made a deal with prosecutors, pleading guilty to second-degree murder and agreeing to testify against both Rogers and Seavers in exchange for a 25-year sentencing agreement. Now, it is possible that Seavers could choose to testify in his own defense. It's also important to remember that defense has no burden. They are choosing to call witnesses and present a case. As always, you can count on Court TV for live gavel-to-gavel coverage. I'm Julie Grant. Now back to you in the studio.
And you can learn more about other cases around the nation right now at courttv.com. What are you thinking about getting the children in your lives for Christmas?
The Indianapolis Public Library hopes you will help give them the gift of reading, and they are making it very affordable with a free book. The library today kicked off its annual Jingle Books program. The goal of Jingle Books is to help children develop the reading skills they need to succeed in life and improve reading scores while in school, all with a free book.
When there are books surrounding children in their day-to-day lives, in their homes, they will become better readers. It seems like common sense, doesn't even seem terribly profound, but the fact is, not all of our homes have a lot of books laying around. And so when children have time, they're not prone to pick up a book and read just for fun and just for practice.
Parents, grandparents, guardians can drop by any Indianapolis public library branch and select a free book for each child from a big red box. They even have wrapping paper and bows so you can slip it under the tree and keep it a secret. They are also taking donations of books as well.
Women discriminated against in the workplace for being pregnant, and it's putting those pregnancies and unborn children in danger. What our Call 6 team is finding and the urgent call tonight for change tonight at 6.
But first on the Now Indy, something that really puts the thanks in Thanksgiving for one Southern Indiana family this year, all thanks to a quick-thinking young man. You're watching RTV6.